From the perspective of the FRAMEMEISTER remote control, this is what the editing suite looks like. A blurry mess, which is actually, it's actually kind of what it looks like, so let's put some batteries in this thing. Part 1 of the FRAMEMEISTER Setup Saga. Compact, upscaler unit. That's right. Man, I remember just a couple years ago I had to shoot stuff with tape. Now I'm using my phone. At times the future's not bad. I mean, everything was better back in the 70s when it had wood grain, but, you know, maybe I can put a wood grain sticker on this thing. This is the classic game room wood paneled table. Wood table. Did you guys see there's an entire box of Atari games in a Vine Stefan case? Yeah. Also, I'll be reviewing Plane and Tank, the Radio Shack handheld game soon, because it's probably going to take me a few days to get all the FRAMEMEISTER stuff up and running, but let's get started by installing batteries. Yes, you know I always install batteries before playing FRAMEMEISTER. So big thanks to everyone who sent me some great FRAMEMEISTER information on Twitter. I am reading the wiki page on it or whatever, and I'm gonna go download an update for it right now after I put batteries in here. Now that I have batteries, I'm ready to update. Not that I need this to update. Well, you'll see. Here we go. So this is what I've been using for years to record old school game reviews. I guess it's probably upside down, so here we go. We'll flip it around like that. The video converter, which I don't recall costing very much, probably on eBay a couple years ago. Anyway, maybe Amazon. You know, it's done a nice job, but I really want to step it up to the RGB video, or SCART, from the PlayStation 5 and the ZX Spectrum, so we're gonna replace that guy, at least for some of the game consoles, with a FRAMEMEISTER, which you have to say like this. FRAMEMEISTER! I will be testing this again using the Atari XEGS. I'm reviewing a bunch of Atari computer games right now, including Gyrus and Donkey Kong Jr. from Nintendo, by Nintendo. That's right, back when Nintendo was on Atari. I wish those days would return. So let's turn this guy on. The remote control seems to work. That's good. And that's not so good. But not uncommon when using 35-year-old equipment. You know that sound. Come on! Yes, so I figured out the problem. Alright, this is a real rookie move here, guys. So for you kids looking to collect Atari stuff, just know this in advance, that when the yellow cable is too big to fit into the video output and you use the white cable, do not run the white cable into the audio and the audio into the video. I know. We've all done it. Come on. It lives! It lives, after all! Yes, connecting the correct cables makes a big difference. FRAMEMEISTER! Alright, there we go. So this thing works. That's good. But when we go to menu, it's all Japanese. And I understand that there's a firmware update, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Somewhere back here, there is an SD micro card slot, which is right back here. So I'm going to use the SD micro card from my GoPro and download a firmware update and go do that. I'd like to all take a moment here and just thank this little micro SD card for being the card that carries the firmware update to the FRAMEMEISTER. FRAMEMEISTER! This is what you all tweeted me to do, so I'm going to do this. And I hope it works. I will be very upset if it, like, turns this thing inside out or something. then I will have to play more plane and tank and just shoot it with my phone instead of using the FRAMEMEISTER. FRAMEMEISTER! With any luck, this will download a FRAMEMEISTER update and not like porn or something. Of course, then I'd have something to watch also, you know. To be clear, I don't think there is actually a way to hook up plane and tank to the FRAMEMEISTER. I was just using this as an example of something that I could do instead of using the FRAMEMEISTER. FRAMEMEISTER. Woo! FRAMEMEISTER! Okay, so now I'm supposed to unplug this thing, insert the micro SD card, and then I plug it back in. So I need both hands for that. So I'm going to go do it, and we'll see what happens. There we go. All right. Now, if it's going to start playing porn, please let it be 1990s Laserdisc porn. With the big hair, you know. You know. I'm waving the Old English 800 tap handle at it for good luck. Oh, it's done. It's pulsing red now. So this is what it does supposedly when the update is complete. And I think I just turn it back on, but let me read the directions one last time here just to make sure. I'm notorious for not reading the directions and I'm totally screwing things up, like life in general. I have removed the SD card and I'm about to power this thing back on. So, here's the moment of truth. Power on. Oh, please work. Oh yeah. Hey! It still works! Thanks to the power of the Old English tap handle. That's my secret. Alright, let's drop the volume and go into the menus here. Menu! Which is in English! Yes! Does it play porn? No. Secretly, I was hoping. Or not so secretly. One or the other. Anyway, you can see we got the menu here. So, yeah. Alright, well, I have quite a bit of messing around with this thing to do, but I think that the review of Gyrus for the Atari computer will be the first review with the FRAMEMEISTER. And this TV's ancient, so I'm going to do 720p. See what happens. We get a reflection of me. That's exciting. And then no signal. Hey, there it is. 1080. I'm sorry, 720p. It's Atari computer. Come on, really? I think it's okay at 720. So there you have it. The very first review recorded with the use of the FRAMEMEISTER, which is going to be run into my Elgato HD60 capture card and laptop, is Gyrus for the Atari XE computer. FRAMEMEISTER! It's fun to say. Oh, come on! Wasn't paying attention. Let the review of Gyrus begin with the FRAMEMEISTER. Meisting frames for Gyrus. Alright, again, thank you to everyone on Twitter who gave me a heads up on this thing. It was actually pretty smooth and easy to set up. Now, Gyrus running through composite isn't a great example of image quality, but it does show that the FRAMEMEISTER works, so that's exciting. Did I call it the FRAMEMEISTER? I meant FRAMEMEISTER! Full review coming soon after I get some cables to hook up the ZX Spectrum and the PlayStation 5, otherwise known as the MSX. FRAMEMEISTER. How many frames can the FRAMEMEISTER meist before the Meister meist frames in Truxton? Many. If you're going to buy the game anyway, buy it through ClassicGameRoom.com. Classic Game Room is supported by fans on Patreon. Thank you. Now prepare for the Lord Karnage Club, where I celebrate these backers on Patreon by shouting their name in a volcano! Derek Langley, Fear is the trick. Steven Chucknick from New Jersey.
Michael Fernandez.
People not named Michael Fernandez aren't Michael Fernandez. Al Stiver.
Woo! EDM.
Jason from British Columbia. Philipp Straubenmueller from Vienna, Austria. Cue the thunder. Jeff, Captain Dauntless, Briar. Cue the lava. I don't know what lava sounds like. It sounds like this.
Jack Stavris.
From Australia, Lord Karnage, Master of Thunder. Chip Sankvale, Fighter of Space Bees. Woo! Rick DeBarros gets the extra disco. Michael and Ariana Nelson, Fighters of the Future. That's enough disco, because now it's time to shout, Busy Signal! That's right, and keep the volume loud and the party rocking for Sean Zoltek. Really? No. Sean Zoltek! Sergio Matthias Hergert! Tubular. Will.